Alright, phase 2 is I applied the underlayment for the skach up on the top here. What I did is I did a 2x4 and then a 1x3. If you can see there, a 2x4, 1x3 laid out in a pattern up until almost the end there where I had a couple extra 1x3s. I laid it out since this is a walkway here. If you can see here, it's a walkway for people to get into the house. So I overlaid it only a foot on this side. So since they're 14.5 feet, on the other side it's about an 18-inch overhang. I was going to split the difference, but I was worried about people walking into the wood. And then what I did is I spaced everything. I pulled the measurement from here. Let me try to zoom back out. I pulled the measurement from this side of the 2x4. I just hung my tape measure on there and I pulled it across. And I just measured everything at a foot. So this one is 1 foot, it would be 2 feet, 3 feet, and so on down the row. So they're all spaced about a foot apart, and I figure when the skach gets on there, it should hold it pretty well. And then the zip ties, as you can see here, unfortunately I had to buy 3-foot zip ties because they didn't have 2-foot ones extra. You can see the difference, how long the extra waist is on this. That's why they're there. And then I actually bought a 2-foot one here. You can see the little tail for the 2-foot piece is this one, and then these little ones here, the black ones, they're actually only 18-inch ones, but they had those, so I used those for the 1x material, and for the 2x I used preferably the 2-foot ones, the 3-foot ones, because I had to buy them, but they didn't have the 2-foots. You can see there actually the difference between the 3-foot tail and then the 2-foot tail right there, right next to it there. That's the 2-foot tail. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to cut those tail pieces, and then I'm going to lay out the tarp. I bought tarps here. You can see on the ground there's my strapping is laying on it because I had to tie that strapping to the car. But these tarps are, let me try to just kick that stuff off. You can see these tarps are 12 by 20, which is unfortunate because this structure is not even 8 feet tall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 12-foot to go around for my width. I'm going to use a 20-foot for my height, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to just cut it with a razor knife. So I'll have 10 feet on, it's actually not even 8 feet, it's 80 inches. It's 6 feet 8 inches, but what it'll do is it'll allow me that extra part of the tarp will be on the ground, and then I have the cinder blocks, and that will hold the tarp down in the wind. It's kind of breezy here. I don't know if you can see. You can see the flowers there. It's a breezy day today, and if I don't have that tarp down to some degree, it's going to end up being an issue. You can see here some of everything's blowing in the wind. All right, on to the next phase.